Morning once again. I guess if you're here for all the songs, we've got this theme going on. It's for the theme of 2018. Cindy went over last week with numerology, and 2018 is a year of relationship. Relationships with one another and even relationship with God. And so it's a wonderful opportunity we have this year. And so last week Cindy spoke on empathy, to begin to be able to connect with one another, to feel one another. And it's a beautiful walk that we're going to be on this year. And it's a walk of brotherhood. And we can all be each other's light. We can all be each other's safe harbor. To be that lighthouse. To shift our energy to an energy of softness and acceptance and love. Patience. Can we all use a little more patience in our life? This is a good class for me. So here we go. This is called free flow. If time is an illusion, why do we make it real? Accepting all its guidelines with which we have to deal. Don't we know we're energy? Dare we take a look and ask revealing questions that aren't found in a book? Sometimes the flow of life seems slow, but how are we to know? Have we missed the simple truth that life is simply flow? The journey keeps unfolding, expanding love our quest. Surrender to your inner guide. Life is not a test. And I think we're told or even guided from the beginning that life's a test and we always have to pass this experience and that experience and this one. And that just opens up a big old can of worms, doesn't it? Because then we're guilty if we don't do it. And then we got shame and we get to move to unworthiness and all these unnatural experiences that we choose and put on and call them natural. But they're not natural. They're not natural because we are spirit. We are the sons and daughters of God. We are the manifest of that essence of God if we choose to be. Here's a question for you, but this isn't a test. Do you love planet Earth?
Yes.
Seriously. Do you love human beings?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's good. Okay, so there's about 7 billion of us on the planet. And that's what we're trying to do, is love all 7 billion of them. And that takes patience sometimes, to begin to recognize that we're all in this together. And we're all walking together. We are all in relationship with one another. We are all in relationship with life, whether we know it or not. And as we begin to wake up to this truth, then it's up to us to make these choices. How can I support this truth in my life, you know? So to be patient is to be tolerant or understanding. And don't we want people to be tolerant and understanding of us? I ask your patience with me in my life. Patience, the capacity of calm endurance. The capacity of calm endurance. We all have the capacity of calm endurance. However, what perspective are we coming from? Once we begin to come from a perspective that we are spirit, that we are the children of God, that we are divine, now we have a whole array of energies and ideas and concepts and words with which to express who we are, to create a relationship with one another, to look at life as this opportunity to come together, to work together, to play together, to create together something greater than we are individually. And that's what relationship allows us to do. to create greater, to be greater, to see greater, to accept greater. And to a degree, aren't we all aware of who we are? What our life should be. So we're going through life with this perspective. This is who I am, this is what life should be. But if life isn't reflecting what we're wanting, or someone else comes into our world and doesn't be in alignment with who we think we are, what we are, we might get impatient with that person, or we might get impatient with life. Because we have our own program. We have our own time. There's a tendency to judge it, or someone. There's a tendency to judge life. We become impatient with others when they don't meet our expectations, or they don't fulfill our picture. We can be impatient with people because they're going too slow, or they're going too fast. We can become impatient because they aren't as kind as we think they should be, or as helpful, or as loving. We can be impatient with life. Life, what's happening? Pick it up. We can become impatient with life. Isn't that cool? We are the sons and daughters of God. So, if we look at this, we can see that what we're being impatient with is coming from our list. We want life to look a certain way and be a certain thing. We want people to act a certain way, be something. And it comes off of our list. And what we forget is that everyone has their own list. But isn't my list more important? Because it's all about me. You see? We're moving into this new age, Aquarian age, it was age of brotherhood. And so we are being asked to move from me to we. But in the process, not lose me. Share me. Share me. If life is all about me, how's that going to work with relationships with others? How's that going to work in relationship with life? How's that going to work in relationship with Mother Earth? Because we aren't being one. We're not fostering, creating, living a relationship of oneness with one another, with life, with Mother Earth. And we all have the capacity to be aware, to understand that we are the ones that are creating our life, to look at that, but to understand that we also have the capacity to change any moment in time. And that's the gift of life. We're creating our life now, and we're experiencing our life now. Everyone's on their own time. I had this one experience. It's really neat about time. And this was probably 20 years ago. We were in Roswell, and we had our little healing center, our little church. And this young lady came in one day. Just a free spirit, spiritually aware person came in. Cindy and I just started talking with her. And she just moved back here from, she's living out in Arizona, I think. And we're talking and everything. And then she pulls out a wooden Native American flute. I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. She's playing a little bit. Hey, you want to play? She asked me. I started playing naturally. No thought about it. It was like, I'm tapping into an aspect of who I am. Cindy's, we're just going, oh, wow. And so, she's been living out west, and with his, out west with people, but one of her good friends his name was Hollis Little Creek. And he makes all the Native American flutes for like Carlos Nicoy, and all these wonderful musicians. She goes, I can have him make you one of those. Wow. Great, I'll take one. We called him up, sent him a check. Said, I want it. So 1 month goes by. 2 months go by. My patience level is getting stretched because I want my flute. You know, 3 months, 4 months. So finally, like I'm talking with Cindy, she's like, so we called up out there. Hey, how's it going? Oh, great, great, great. How's my flute going? It's going, it's good, great. That's when I first really knew and understood Indian time. But you see, I didn't know how to make a flute. He did. I didn't know how long it took to make one. He did. And these could make them for people that were a lot more talented than I was. But just to learn that he was on his time. He was in alignment with his soul to make these beautiful flutes, these musical instruments that people were really making medicine with. It was just awesome. So I learned about Indian time, and then, you know, you learn something, you got to do it a couple more times, and so then you have a few more experiences, then you finally go, okay, I'm just going to be with this now, and just allow it. I'm going to allow it to be. And that's what I think patience can really help us with. All of life, despite having many forms and shapes, is one. And that's the concept, if we can give ourselves permission to go there. One life, one experience, with this one life, but we're integral to that life. We're part of that life, part of it. And then, so what is my part? What's my note? What's my gift? What's my talent? And then to begin to share, just share who we are. And once we get into that consciousness of oneness and share who we are, the relationship we have with life changes. We begin to feel that connectedness. We begin to feel that oneness. Because we understand that our note isn't my note. My note isn't my note. My note is our note. You see? My note is our note. Because we're creating a symphony. And that's a language that we can begin to move into, is just beginning to find our note, find your note, your unique vibration, see? Find your vibration, and then be that vibration. And if you are your unique vibration, and that beacons out to the universe, you see? And that begins to resonate and harmonize with the other notes. Now we create a new language. We create a new language with which to communicate. A language maybe beyond the physical. The thoughts that we have, our emotions, are powerful. They're infallible. Know that your thoughts are infallible, because as they go out, they're going to create. And there's 3 words that don't really work. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Our thoughts are infallible. We're sending out thoughts, beliefs, and emotions of who we are. Who do I think I am? How do I think life should be? My life should be. All of us should be. We're beaconing that out. It's infallible. It's going to come back to us. And this is a kicker. When it comes back to us and we don't like it, we get mad at it. When we're the creator. It's the saying, don't kill the messenger. To be patient, when the lesson comes back, the experience comes back, it's our teacher. This is what's neat. It's our teacher. So instead of getting mad or impatient with someone, with life, I'm not going to get impatient. What do I need to see here? That's going to teach me something about who I am. It's going to teach me who I am. And in that experience, we'll get to see something we are ready to let go of. Something that doesn't serve us any longer. Something that supports probably the past. So when our creations come back to us, like when they say, the world's our mirror, we are each other's mirrors. And these souls that we walk through life with, like our little inner quest spiritual family, it's no accident we're here. We have a sympathetic vibration with one another. We've got a similar note. And as we begin to just try to listen for that note, to listen for our harmony, not just our diversity, and then allow that harmony to create this wave of energy which we can now move, to create the world that's within our hearts. So as we send out our thoughts, beliefs, patterns to one another, and that beautiful soul that loves us stands before me and tells me something. I love you. I'm sending out I love myself. Beautiful. Did you see? But and so he shares with me. It's like, thank you. So if I was having any doubts about myself, oh man, I'm crazy. To begin to take that, see, God's in everyone. God is in everyone, God's in everything. It's a oneness. So we're going to hear or experience that which is perfect for us. Sometimes we say things and we go, why did I say that? Because somebody needed to hear that. Or sometimes we're just guided to smile. I walk through the grocery store whistling all the time. And that's getting to be a lost art. Because everybody looks at me. What is going on? Patrick's not whistling. Spirit's whistling through me. How's that for not being responsible? So when we learn to observe others as our mirror, you know who we're really learning to be patient with? Ourselves. We're learning to be patient with ourselves. When we can begin to accept who we are, to not be resigned to who we are, accept who we are with the right to change. Can you all give yourself the right to change? Anything, big, small, little, it doesn't matter. We have the right to change. And no one can give that to you but yourself. I think, like, the teachings of Jesus the Christ are so awesome. We teach them and love them. And like all the healing demonstrations that he did was an exercise in patience. He would say, would you be healed? Pick up your bed and walk. He didn't pick their bed up for him. He said, if you want to be healed, you're healed. Get up. We have the capacity to begin to accept the teachings of Christ. The Christ within our hearts. Not an outer energy, an inner energy. See, God never does anything for us or to us. God works through us. God works through all of us to feed and support and teach and guide and love us all because we're one. God flows through us. through us all. The relationship that we have with life is determined by our thoughts. What we think our life can be, can be. What we think our life isn't, is. We are responsible. This is from Spirit. I'm working with patience in my life this time. And I probably have for several. God, what can I say about patience? So this is for me, but it's for you too, because we are one. Patience is important in that it interrupts your sequence. Now don't we get busy sometimes? We get in our own things and we're just cruising, okay? It interrupts your sequence. You get on a roll and oftentimes lose contact with Source. Does anybody hear that? Anybody lose contact with Source? You get going, you start off good, then you're just cooking, and then I am great, leaving God behind. So we lose contact with Source. So here's the little kicker with the universe, always loving, supporting us. That Source could be standing right in front of you, or just standing with you on the planet. God's within all. Sometimes when that person's driving too slow in front of us, we need to slow down. Instead of getting road rage and saying X words. Okay. God, what I need to see here, what I need to hear, to go back to Source. See, go back to Source, go back to Spirit, go back to that Christ within, that inner guide. Instead of my ego being here, it have to be at a certain time. You see? I'm so preoccupied or occupied with who I am and letting my relationship with Spirit, my oneness with Spirit, my connection with Source. So patience, the exercise of patience allows us to interrupt that sequence. That's all about us. The Source could be standing right in front of you or just standing within you on the planet. All are endeavoring to know me. Everyone's endeavoring to know God. See, we're all in the same boat with different time schedules and different perceptions and agendas, expressions. Do you not accept your way of life, your path? So we can go, yeah, I accept my way of life. Hopefully. Here's the kicker. Now, are you doing all you can, the best you can? See, if we accept our path, our manifestation, then we can go, am I doing all I can? Am I doing the best I can? Okay? So here's the guidance from God. Uncritical observation of self leads to uncritical observation of others. Uncritical observation of self. Remember, this isn't a test to pass and fail. This is an opportunity to have an experience, to gain greater understanding of who I am. And so when we look at our life and reflect on our life, to let go of the critical nature and judgment, what did I need to see here? What do I need to do here? So as we begin to accept who I am, with the right to change, when I see there's something I want to change, it takes patience. Because then we want to change in a heartbeat. So to have patience. When we go on a sensible eating plan, to have patience with that. If we go on an exercise regime, to have patience with that. If we say, I'm going to start meditating every day, to have patience with that. Have patience with yourself. We have become a creature of habit, and we become imprisoned through our habits. So when we endeavor to change or break a habit, we run into resistance. And that's when we go back to source. Because we are not our habits. And people have identified with their habits for too long. To identify spirit, God within us all. You're being shown who you are through your life. Accept your life and know that you can change. Interesting concept, isn't it? You're being shown who you are through your life. How many books have we read? Instruction videos, YouTube. Life. Life is a gift. And life is revealing to us, if we open up our eyes, our ears, and our heart, who we really are. All along the way, you're being guided to greater love. Spirit is guiding you to your heart. So we, from our head and our left brain, right brain, and our duality, moving into oneness. Duality creates separateness. Oneness is. Light isn't the absence of darkness, light is. Love isn't the opposite of hate, love is. To begin to understand oneness. Oneness. If time is an illusion, why do we make it real? We make it real. If there's such a thing as Indian time, and they're doing okay, how about your unique time? Now we all came to work together here, so that's good. So having patience with one another and honoring one another. Honoring one another. I honor everybody who came here today at 10:30. You see? It's just kind of like an agreed upon time arrangement, but it works for us. So we can come in here, connect with God, get our spiritual food, get hugs, cookies, and then go out on our day. At 11:30 if we're in a hurry, or 1:30 if you're not. It's hard to get out of here. And it's just interrupting the sequence, because the sequence of life is heavy. So it's okay to interrupt that once in a while. And I think that's what that, that seventh day is rest. Look around you. Look at your brothers and sisters. Talk with them. How's your week been? How have you been doing? Everything okay? Hey, I just read this book. I saw this movie. Whatever. To take that time to interrupt the sequence of our busy, everyday life and lift up into a greater relationship with one another on a different level. Spirit's guiding us to our heart, and when we move into our heart, this is where now we want to begin to think from our heart and speak from our heart and act from our heart. And in that, we will be empathetic and have empathy for one another. We will be patient with one another. But more importantly, we will be patient and empathetic with ourselves. With ourselves. And that's not selfish, because, I'll start it, you finish it. When one is healed, all are healed. Yea, God. Let's go with him. And as we close our eyes once again, and just breathe, and as you breathe in, just follow that holy breath right into your heart. So just breathe. You feel your heart expanding in this holy breath, in this love. And as you breathe into your heart, I want you to just ride that wave of holy breath. And we're going to go into the garden and just find yourself in a beautiful garden. And as you look around this garden, just feel the love, peace. Feel this safe haven. And just breathe easy and just appropriate the love within your heart. Breathe easy and appropriate the peace within your heart. Breathe easy and appropriate the aliveness that's within your heart. And as you stand in this sacred space, feeling how loved you are, how supported you are, become aware of a radiant being of light standing next to you. And it could be your guardian angel, your higher self, Jesus the Christ. A radiant being of light. And just feel the unconditional love that they have for you. Just feel how loved you are and know how loved you are. And as you stand with this pure essence of love, if you have memory, belief, pattern that no longer serves you, that limits your expression as child of God, love made manifest, let it go. Allow this love to transmute those patterns and memories and thoughts and words that often sound critical. And just let them go, allowing that love to transmute and transform them. And listen. You are my beloved child, in whom I am well pleased. You are loved. You are supported in all of your choices. You are good. You are loved. And I am with you always. So just breathe in those words. Breathe in the energy of God's love. And this is what we're going to bring into our world. This is our new thought, our new identity, our new life. And we come together, the children of God, to walk the planet as love. So just breathe and feel your unique vibration of love. Know this vibration. This is who you are. This is who I am. So just breathe and feel and know. And just gently open your eyes. As we go forth this week, I would encourage you to remember how loved you are. To ask that question, God, where's the love here? And if you ask, where's the love here? You'll be shown. Yea, God.